Hello my friends, Jeff Davis here. Today's video is going to touch on how you can help someone who is struggling with life. I'm going to give you 3 simple, practical, and powerful tips to help someone who is struggling with life. Let's be real. We live in a difficult society with lots of challenges. Life is filled with setbacks, unexpected events, unwanted encounters, all things that we could never predict in a million years. And it's part of the human condition, it's part of life. People struggle, people have problems, it's a very serious thing. As you go about your day, realize that the people you encounter are struggling with things on the inside that you would never realize or know based on how they are on the outside. It's not that everyone is hiding what they're going through, but it's sometimes hard to tell or hard to realize that in fact, people are often struggling. People are going through challenges. People are going through really difficult setbacks. And as you can imagine and as you may know firsthand, life is filled with these sorts of difficult challenges. The theme of this entire YouTube channel is leadership, and it's about giving you tools and strategies to enhance your leadership to take your overall life to a higher level. The reason that leadership ties into helping others is because the best leaders care about others. And I don't mean this in a sort of kumbaya way. I mean this very sincerely, that a good, strong, authentic leader has the self-awareness and the initiative to care for others, to actually get to know people. So as you are helping others and making a difference in the world, remember that getting to know people is a very good thing, because the more you know someone, the more you can help them. And this does not mean that you're going to let people abuse your time or take over your entire life, because that would be extreme. But what I'm saying here is that within reason, when you have the time, get to know someone, and then that will allow you to impact their life from a true place of genuine, authentic sincerity. Okay, so let's dive into those 3 tips that I talked about in terms of how to help someone who is struggling with life. The first tip is to listen to them. Yes, that's it. Listen. Listening is something that I used to be not so great at in the past, and I've definitely gotten better over time, and I'm always improving and getting better at it. A lot of people say to me, Jeff, I don't know how to help other people. And what I am encouraging you to do, and what I say to others, is that you don't have to give them all this advice. The simple act of listening to them makes them feel valued. It makes them feel cared about. So when you listen to other people, they have their self-esteem go up a little bit, because now they're like, wow, someone's actually listening to me, someone cares. So this simple act of listening actually goes a long way, because people feel valued, they feel cared about, their self-esteem increases. It helps alleviate a little bit of their suffering. It won't solve all their problems because they're just sharing it, but it will at least help them realize that they're not alone. So listening is huge and very important to helping someone who is struggling with life. When you give someone the opportunity to get something off their chest, it allows them to feel much better and oftentimes a lot lighter and freer. Again, this won't solve all their problems. Listening doesn't give them a magic pill. It just simply lets them know that you're there for them, that you care, and that they're valued as human beings. Second tip to help someone who is struggling with life is to tell them and to remind them you are loved. Say to them, you are loved. Don't worry about being overly mushy. Don't worry about it. They need to hear it. We live in a tough society. People's energy sometimes is very hard and it's judgmental, and there's so many critics out there in the world. So when you remind people that they are loved, it helps them remember their own value, their own worth. Part of reminding someone that they're loved, that saying you are loved, includes reminding them that people care about them and that they have a purpose. So as you say to someone, you are loved, you can also say to them, hey, people care about you. Hey, you have a purpose for being here on the planet. So when you remember that people need to feel valued, people have a need for that, and that oftentimes they have a lack of that in their lives. So that's where society often hurts people. People need to feel valued so that they can feel worthy and cared about. And then society sort of hits people with this criticism and this judgment and this harsh, uncaring nature. And that's where you step in, where you remind people, hey, you're loved. People care about you. You have a purpose. All great stuff to help people who are struggling with life. Final tip to help someone who is struggling with life is to encourage them to seek help. Encourage them to seek help. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. One more time, I'll say that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Encourage people to move forward with their lives and to find a solution. Now, this doesn't mean that they have to jump to the solution right away, because they do need to feel their feelings, they need to acknowledge where they are, and they need to deal with their present circumstances. Once they do that, and as they're moving forward with their life, that's where you can say to them, that you can encourage them as a friend or whatever you are to them, a colleague, a coworker, a family member, whatever your relationship is with this person that you're helping, that when they seek help, whether that be from a therapist, a professional psychologist of some kind, maybe it's a trained counselor, maybe it's another friend that they can talk to, maybe it's a family member they can talk to, whatever it is, when they seek help, that's going to help them move forward even more. That's going to help them lift them into the solution, into moving forward, as I mentioned, with their lives. Very powerful stuff here, because a lot of times people are stuck and they feel like they're trapped. They feel hopeless, helpless, like there's no way out. And when you remind them that, yes, there is help, yes, you're not alone, they're going to feel better. They're going to know that there are possibilities and solutions. One of my biggest pet peeves about society is that society and people in general, the world, make people think that they can't ask for help. They make people think that they're alone. But asking for help is a good thing. It helps you move forward. It's a sign of strength. It allows you to seek and find solutions. So asking for help actually is a very good thing, despite what society may tell you. Those are my 3 tips to helping someone who is struggling with life. To listen to them, listening intently and sincerely with all your heart and asking good follow-up questions. Reminding them that they are loved, which includes telling them that people care about them and that they have a purpose for being here on the planet. And finally, to encourage them to seek help. And that help is going to vary from person to person, but it can include, but is not limited to, a therapist, a psychologist, another friend they can talk to, a family member, someone who can provide them with additional thoughts, ideas, and insights to help move their life forward. Really appreciate you tuning into this video. It's an honor to have you subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. We're building a wonderful community here. So like the video, helps more people find it, and leave your comments below. I'd love to know what you think. What do you do when you're trying to help someone who is struggling? What are some of your insights, and what are some of your strategies that you have around helping people move out of rock bottom into a better place? Leave your comments below. And finally, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm always providing lots of great content for you to help both yourself and those around you, for you to improve your leadership prowess and wisdom, and to make the world a better place. Share this video around. Let's get the word out there that there are genuinely awesome tactics available to help people who are struggling with life, so that we can reduce the suicide rate and that we can help people more effectively deal with their anxiety and get through that depression and get to much greener pastures and to a better place. I will see you, my friend, at the mountaintop.